Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Quarantine Kitchen. I'm your host, Paul Desman, and it's always great to see you. Thank you so much for all the responses on the last episode. We were really happy to hit 10 episodes, and the chicken marsala turned out awesome. I know that some of you responded saying that you tried the chicken marsala out, and that it turned out great, and what an awesome response. We love to hear that around here, and it fuels us to make more episodes. For this episode, I thought we would try a more family-friendly dish where you can pretty much make it as big as you want. We're going to make a beef and green bean stir fry. To make my beef and green bean stir fry, we will need some boneless sirloin steak, some fresh green beans, a couple of red peppers, some rice, a little bit of cornstarch, some soy sauce, some lime juice, our old friend salt and pepper, and as always, we'll need some garlic.
You're supposed to use peanut oil as well, but the store was out when I went. I chose to use a 1-2 punch of sesame seed oil and peanut sauce, which we'll get to later. There's a lot of chopping going on with this one, so after we wash our hands and veggies, let's just get right to it. Chop the red peppers up into strips. Cut those strips in half and set them aside. Then start in on the green beans. There is an age-old question about whether or not both sides of fresh green beans need to be cut off. I'm told that you can leave the whisker end alone, but it didn't feel right, so I chopped off both ends. It's up to you and whatever you like. Either way, once you've chopped it, set them aside too. Once your veggies are chopped, put some water in a pot and get it on the stove to start boiling. Now get a bowl and add about 6 tablespoons of soy sauce. Clearly, this is a very accurate process. Then get some lime juice and put around 3 tablespoons of that in. Follow that up with about 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper, maintaining the same accuracy. Grab your garlic and do the garlic, and stir it all together. Add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of sesame seed oil and get ready to take a whisk. Mix it all around and add about a teaspoon of peanut sauce to compensate for the lack of peanut oil. Stir that in as well. Now throw the sirloin steak on your cutting board and be sure to remove all meat diapers and discard. Slice the steak into strips and set them on a separate plate. We're still working with these reusable zip-top plastic bags. They have their pros and cons. Dump the sauce mixture into the bag and follow it up with the slices of beef. Shake it all around, give it a few good squeezes, and don't forget to get your dance on. Toss it all into another bowl and let it marinate for about 15 minutes. By now the water should be boiling and you'll want to get the rice going, so throw it in. Then get a pan and heat up some sesame seed oil. And pro tip, when turning on a burner, do not let the gas leak out for too long. Drop the beef and that's the sound of doing it right. Cook it for about 5 to 6 minutes before moving just the meat onto a separate plate. Keep whatever marinade behind in the pan, dump in the green beans and the red peppers. I threw in a last-minute onion. I couldn't help myself. They're the best. Stir it together for a couple minutes, and then add the rest of the marinade. Put in a little more soy sauce and top it with some salt and pepper. You won't need much cornstarch, just a couple teaspoons worth. Stir that in until it disappears. Then toss the beef back into the pan on top of it all and mix it again. This entire recipe is basically nothing more than chopping and stirring. After about 8 to 10 minutes, create a nice bed of rice on a plate off camera. Add a heaping mound of beef and veggie mixture on top, and you have a quick, delicious dinner.
And that's how you make my beef and green bean stir fry. If you want to leave a like, that would be awesome. If you leave a comment, I'll respond. This has been Quarantine Kitchen. I'm your host, Paul Desman. Please subscribe by clicking on my face right here. Thank you so much. See you next time.